Have you ever had a breakthrough and it was like the best thing ever? And you felt good, you felt amazing. It was like, man, I have such clarity. And then it started to fade a little bit. You know, it's really interesting. I really did, when I had breakthroughs, and even today when I have breakthroughs, and I've had many in the last the last months, since Steve has passed, I've had many, many amazing insights and incredible breakthroughs. And I really thought or felt that those were really important. And they are. They are. But what happens to those that start to fade and you're feeling so good and the breakthrough is like you know it and it's happening, and then the days start to pass and it starts to fade and you go into this little space in your mind and say, hey, what happened to my breakthrough? I was on track. I was super clear. What happened to my breakthrough? So, you know, it's the whole thing about breakthroughs is that I don't believe that the breakthroughs, they don't go away. And sometimes you'll remember, you know this, because later all of a sudden they'll appear and it's like, oh, that's what it was. And you like run to write it down. Here's my breakthrough. I really think that it's not that they go away, but that it's access. And this is really important because I've mentioned this many, many times, and I'm going to put it kind of close to the count. It's too see-through because of the sun and everything, but the stability spiral. So the stability spiral, I don't have a way to close. I would put it, but I'm just doing this. But anyway, the stability spiral's right here, and I'll just read it to you. The programmed reactor, and then the awareness is the pivot, and then the internal operator, where we talk about that a lot. But that internal operator, and you can download this totally free. If it were dark here, let me see it there. Now you can see it better because it's against me. I don't think I can, but anyway, you can download it and you can see the stability spiral and how people move from reaction to control, because that's really what it is, to move from the state, these are states, the programmed reactor, to the internal operator. So I think, let me look at my notes and see, I think that when we have access to our nervous system, is not like we're not in survival mode, and we're not trying to force anything, or you know, the breakthrough is like trying to like get that and follow that and do that. I think that that's really what happens, that we start having this access. And this stability spiral, if you've, in the last couple of videos, we know that pressure is inevitable. That pressure in life, that's going to happen. And destabilization, that's automatic. That we already know something is going to, we're going to be destabilized. The one thing we can count on, and we talk about this a lot, is change. That's the one thing on planet Earth. The one consistent that we all experience, no matter where we are in our lives, it's change. And so we know that there's, however you look at it, but we all experience it. Stability restores choice. And so that's really where I've been going with this. But recently, it's really what it really comes down to, moving deeper into the stability spiral. As I go deeper and deeper into it with you, this is why I said I'm glad you're with me on the journey, because I'm also growing and expanding as well. And that stability, finding that stability, because that's not the destination. The destination is not stability. The destination is peace, joy, confidence, self-trust, belief in self. Like, this is the destination. We want to have freedom and love and connection. Like that's the destination. And the stability spiral, having stability, that's a mechanism. That's the bridge. That's a skill that you acquire so that you can get more quickly. It's the bridge to your confidence, self-trust, possibility, and freedom, and all of those, the things that we actually want, peace and joy and happiness. And this is a bridge that gets us there. So the breakthrough opens the door for us to get there. When we can stabilize, then that's going to help us to return to self, to center more quickly, rather than spiraling downward and out of control. And so it truly is it truly is the way that I see to move back into your own power, like running under your own power. So I wanted to share that because I talk about stabilize, then rewire, and then be empowered. What is the empower? The empower is trust, self-trust, trust in self, belief in self, that you are now sovereign in the sense of you can move forward without needing anyone to approve you or affirm you or anything else. Doesn't mean you don't need anyone, but now you're moving forward, trusting yourself and trusting that it's okay to make a mistake. I can pivot. I can come back. I can try something else. So this is why I wanted to go into this and see that the breakthrough is so helpful. But I think what happens is we lose access to that, and access to a bigger possibility, and that is what rewire, the second part, is rewiring the brain with the programs that you want, because that's what programs do. The programs can hold you back. They can sabotage you. Remember, over 77% is estimated to be negative or harmful or counterproductive or sabotage you or stop you or slow you down, of our subconscious programs running the show, like when we're tired or in survival mode. They're running the show, over 77%, and actually it's more like 95%, depending on who you talk to. But you know it. You know that you don't make good decisions when you're in survival mode, when you're really upset. No one does, because we don't have the full use of our brains. And so those breakthroughs, that it's like, here comes the breakthrough, and we feel it, and we're clear, and all of that, and then it just starts fading, and we just, we've made promises to ourselves, we've done all kinds of, we are moving in that direction, and then it starts fading. It's like, hey, where's my breakthrough? I mean, I cannot tell you the times that I've done that. It's like, hello, where's breakthrough? Where'd you go? and then life happens, stress happens. We start lifing again, and the programs that are running, those are happening, and that's really, when that happens, it's like, really, well, I had this breakthrough, and now I'm back to where I was. So what happened? And I really believe that it's access, that and that this stability spiral, this part of it right here, but you can download this for free. It's always in the, it's just like, I think I made it like 5 pages. It really explains it so that you understand, like, the states and, and recognizing your own patterns. There's a lot here, and I think you're really it's going to help you. Probably the biggest thing as I get more and more into this stability spiral is to understand that it gives us access to new potentials, new possibilities. And we are born with unlimited promise and potential, and then we get programmed. And those programs, when we move into survival, we're running on those. We're running on those programs that I told you are negative and harmful and counterproductive and all that. And they don't help us to make good decisions. So I just really wanted to talk about that, because when we have access to that, the more we have access and we're open, we're living in possibility consciousness. Like we're thinking in ways, when we rewire our brain, so we stabilize, so we're not in survival, and then we rewire at the same time, and always, daily, we're rewiring passively, like listening. You don't have to do anything but just listen for 15 minutes while you're doing something else. So it doesn't require any time at all, and you can rewire your brain into for the programs that you choose. And those programs, and we're talking about the ones. Hi, Charlie, my cat. He had an abscess in his leg, and I've been working with him on that for like 2 weeks now. It came out, it was bad. Anyway, he's way better now. He's not hiding or any of that, or looking for me to go find him. Talk about a stability moment. When I saw that happen, the stuff come out of his abscess, it was like a foamy pink. What is this cat? AI? Like, what's coming out of this cat? I had never seen that before. It didn't look like blood. So that was a stability moment. This is a stability moment. The more, let me move away from the yuck stuff. Hopefully you're not eating dinner or breakfast or something, but but this stability spiral, the more I move through that, I see what it really gives is access. And access, and so stability, while that's important, and it's not really the end goal, rewiring is not the end goal. That's going to help you get to get, I mean, it is definite, these are definitely goals, but the goal is maintaining access, and those are bridges to help you maintain that access to the potentiality of all things are possible in your life. And the rewiring is going to help you to be what you focused on, what you can do and what can be done, rather than the contrast of that. So the goal, maintaining access, and the access is to, what is the access to? We talked about potentiality and potential, but it's also to peace, joy, happiness, love, freedom, possibility, as we mentioned, connection. These things, that's the access to that. Oh, what is that? Something fell off. Okay, there's all kinds of things when you're living in nature. So I just say thank you. I don't know what that is that just flopped in front of me. Anyway, the breakthrough opens the door. The rewiring really keeps that door wide open. And that's really how I see this. So here's your self-talk phrase. Every day I strengthen the thoughts, beliefs, and possibilities. I put this in here on purpose because I really want you to think in terms. I invite you to think in terms of potential, like unfulfilled potential. Again, you were born with unlimited promise and potential. What does that mean? Born with a clean slate, and then you got programmed with limiting beliefs, limitations, what you can't do and what can't be done. You got that, and who you were to be, and what you were to do, and how you were to do it. And then you started growing, but you had all of those beliefs that kept you in limitation in many, many ways. So every day I strengthen the thoughts, beliefs, and possibilities that support the life I choose to create. Every day I strengthen the thoughts, beliefs, and possibilities that support the life I choose to create. Okay? So we know a breakthrough can open the door. Rewiring is going to keep that door open. And that is today's stability moment. Sometimes I feel like I'm going a little bit deep, but I really I'm inviting you along for the journey. When we can move through this together and we see that that we don't have to live in a place of turmoil and like we can take our emotions, we can take the things that stop us and sabotage our programs, but we, besides the programs, the emotions that stifle us, that we're so afraid to move, or so afraid to say something, or we get so angry, or we get irritated or impatient, or all the things that frustrated, that stop us, that keep us from going where we want to go, and like being with our grandchildren, and we get snappy, or there's they have animals and we don't like the pets, but we want to see the grandkids, or we don't like the wife or the husband of our child, and like all the things, but just that stop us from living fully. And this is why I invite you to even getting all these stability moments, like calling on the phone and you get a robo thing that won't let you get to wherever you want to go. On Google, I have I think it's $169. It was $129. I inadvertently put it, and I'm going into another stability moment, but I just want you to see how you can take control of your life. But that whole I paid, but I have two Google accounts, and it came up on another that I was behind at and I went and looked at it. I was like, how did I get two accounts? Like, how did I start paying on two accounts? I have no idea how it happened. None. But I was being charged for two different ones, and one was at a higher rate and one was the other, and the other one, for 3 months I paid. I'm like, I have no idea how that happened. And I thought I was paying for something else. So it slipped. So, but my point is, I can't get anywhere to tell Google. There's no one, there's no person, there's no human that I can like write to and say, I've been charged whatever. Anyway, they canceled it. I let it go. And these are things that just every day we have what I call stability moments. We get to choose to stabilize. So this is why I go over it, and sometimes I might seem like I'm going slow, and I am, because a lot of times I'm thinking through it as well, and I have lots and lots of notes, and I'm going through and I'm also keep trying to stay focused, because I can go off into whatever and go really long. I just really want you to get how empowered you can be. And this is why I do what I do. And believe me, look at the views. As of the date of me doing this, it's my brother's birthday. Yesterday was my little sister's, my young sister. Today is my older brother's birthday. Anyway, so happy birthday to my brother. But you can look at the views. It's not like I have even 100 views. Like might have 6 or 20 as of today, June 16th. That's not why I'm doing this, because it's for the 5 people that watch this, or the 10 people that watch it, or the 1 person. It doesn't matter to me, because one, I'm learning how to move through this myself. The more that I share it and teach it, the better I get at it, because I'm practicing every day. It's front of mind. So I'm doing this for myself as well, but I'm doing this for the world. I see where when Steve passed, I was so unstable. Before that, I was rewiring my brain for years. So that was really helpful. And having that as a tool was really helpful through everything. But the stability part didn't come until after Steve passed, because I didn't understand the rug being ripped out from underneath you. It was such major impact that could totally destabilize myself and our daughter. And it was a complete and utter destabilization. Everything was like, even this house, it was like I let this house go because I had no idea how's the business, what's going to happen. I literally had to go through every aspect of my life and it was just like on, call it chopping block, but I started seeing the possibility, and I really wanted to understand, how can I stabilize from here? How can I feel so unstable. What can I do? And as I was going through it, I had people that would encourage me to call it feeling off, because I wanted to create a course around it, because I was really starting to understand it. And it was like, don't call it stability. It's that's too, I can't even remember. There were several people who looked at me like, what? Now it's everywhere. I see, like, people are always talking about it. I think it's everywhere. But I stuck to it because it says what it does. I felt destabilized, and I've learned how to stabilize internally, not from external sources, not from having this home. Internally, if this home were to I would have had to sell it, or move somewhere else, or do whatever it was. It was like I had peace around it. I'm grateful that it didn't happen, but I had peace, and that was like the first time I had given up something. I let Steve go. I mean, he was gone, but before that, I let him go. I didn't think he was going to die, but I let him go. It's like, whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to do, you do it. Just be you. I'm not going to try to tell you how to eat or do. It's like, I just let go, and the same thing with this house. I let go, but the destabilization was real, and the grief can still hit me in waves. It does, but I celebrate Steve. So there's other ways I do things, but I'm telling you, when life knocks you over, when it destabilizes you, when the rug's pulled out from under your feet, and that is going to happen. That's what happens on planet Earth. How are you going to find center? How are you going to stabilize yourself? And that's what these 365 stability moments are all about. It's about a new way of thinking and a skill set that you can create to stabilize your nervous system. There are so many ways of doing it, but find a way to stabilize your nervous system. I give you what worked for me, the stability spiral, but and create your moments of the stability, your micro stabilities, where you can like just get centered, like, okay, I'm here, I'm safe now, like to tell your nervous system it's safe, so you can stop the negative spiral of the cortisol and the adrenaline and all of that. But it's so much more than that, because once you stop that spiral, and once you like have that awareness, and now you choose to operate from the internal operator, that state, and you're spiraling up, now you have access. Not only do you create more capacity so you can do things, and so that now you have clarity, so that now you have good choices that you're making, because now you're coming from a clear brain that's not full of chemicals. And now you're thinking maybe with your heart as well. And because you're open, now you're open. And what are you open to? You've given yourself access. You're now open to peace, joy, confidence, self-trust, self-belief, connection, options, possibilities, opportunities, because you're not shut down in survival. So access. That's really what I wanted to get through. It's like, even if your breakthrough faded over time, it's still there. Like, everything's still there. You learned it, you took that in, and now you can access it. Just like stabilize and rewire your brain, continue rewiring your brain, and then that self-belief, that self-knowing, that all of that, it's all there. Okay, it's easier to access, that's for sure. You definitely have access at that point. Okay, I just keep going on, and I don't know why I start to tell you that, but it's because I feel like we're just having a conversation, and I just know how empowering this is, how it has been for me, and has just changed my life. And so I highly encourage you to get the stability spiral. I will be adding to it. I'll let you know when I change it, because that access is really importante. So I'm going to add that, because it hasn't changed the model at all. It's just added, like now there's a deeper layer to it of to the destination. Like literally, we want to get to the destination, and the tools to get there, the bridge to get there, the mechanisms, stabilized nervous system, how to do that, the stability spiral, the rewiring of the brain, and those are literally those are the tools, the bridge to get there to the default, which is happiness and self-trust and connection and love and possibility, consciousness. That, like, oh, everything's possible, all things are possible, or at least I have more possibilities to look at. So that's the story, you know. And again, breakthrough can open a door for us. I'll go back to the actual video where I was going in the first place. And that rewiring of the brain will keep that door open, break it open, and more possibility, consciousness for you. What else is possible for you? That's the story. Let me see if I had a question. Yeah. How do you maintain access to the possibilities you discover? That's how. Okay. I love you so very, very mucho. You can do, be, change, have, create, become absolutely anything. You can do this. I believe in you. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. And we'll see you tomorrow for this is 77, so day 78 of 365. I have plenty of time to practice the way that I say things. I'll get more and more succinct. So if you stayed with me till the end, thank you. I hope you've learned something, and I'd love to see a comment from you. And I hope you love even though we have wind and other things, I hope that you love the views. I try and come outside so you can have beautiful views to look at. It's peaceful. Okay, see you later. Ciao.